Did you see that announcement? I want to start this by telling you that I am alone on an island with people in MLB. When MLB opted out of the deal with ESPN, and it was the broadcast deal where ESPN left 3 years early, MLB left 3 years early, and now at the end of this season, there's no more deal with ESPN. There's no more baseball on ESPN. The question is, will ESPN even be able to cut a deal that allows them to show highlights on their new flagship app, ESPN? Will they be able to cut a deal at all? Will it even warrant any highlights within SportsCenter? Will they need baseball insiders anymore? All of that is up in the air depending on who the insider is. So that seems unlikely to continue. But what MLB has been telling the market since that opt-out is they are going to be better off than the $550 million ESPN was giving from their shrinking platform full of irrelevant people. And guess what? We have seen a steady stream of rumors, of leaks, purposeful. MLB and NBC, very interested, working toward a deal. Apple, very interested, about to head down the aisle of marriage between streamer and league, while Apple already has a deal that many people on many different shows have said, oh, it's only $85 million a year. What? That just shows how unhealthy it is. No, I was there. The $85 million Apple deal, when it was described and when I learned about it and what they get for that $85 million, it's a straight yes. Like a unanimous 30-0 yes. If Apple's looking to increase their footprint in live sports, they are. Every streamer is. The position you want to be in is that of the content provider. It's why teams are worth so much money, because all these streaming networks, all of these linear networks, they all need content. Everybody is looking for something, and live sports moves the needle in a way that no other content does. Hard stop. So MLB gets out there knowing that there's tremendous upside given where the NFL network deals are, where the NBA network deals are, and they look at themselves and say, wait a minute, we can do better than what ESPN was doing by bifurcating all of the assets that were given to ESPN and selling them to different partners, doing a 3-year deal only, enabling them 3 years from now to have everything open, which would allow for a massive deal with 1, 2, or 3 networks. It's going to be 3. Mark my words. Multiple networks, much like what the NBA and NFL do. It all makes perfect business sense. So why is it that it continues to be that those in the media, certain insiders, believe that MLB has taken a step backwards? And for you to think that I'm carrying the water for Rob and for Noah Garden, believe me, I get enough calls from them saying, I can't believe you said this, or that, to tell you that there's no water being carried. This is just straight facts, straight sports business. It's straight economics. If one person gives you $10 for something, and you can take that something and split it up and sell it to 3 people for $4 each, you're getting $12 for the same thing, not $10. You have increased your revenue by 20%. It's a question that all businesses ask themselves. When you are a business that decides where your revenue streams are going to come from, how you're going to split up your product, where you are going to sell your product. When you've got the wild card round, you've got the home run derby, you've got Sunday night games. That's what ESPN had. If you split that between Apple, NBC, and they decide who's going to take what, I still think NBC takes the Sunday night package. It makes perfect sense for them. I think Apple being in the playoff business, which they have not been in, is something they would absolutely like to do and pay for. Apple is willing and will do a 3-year deal in order to line it up. Everything is working exactly the way MLB wanted it. When you're building a team or when you're running a league, it is really hard with all of the noise that exists. I don't mean the social media noise. So many people in sports business, so many people who are telling you that they can do your job better than you do it. I used to liken it to when I was on Wall Street, imagining people looking over my shoulders while making trades, saying, man, I wouldn't have sold there. You sold too early. I wouldn't have bought that. No one's looking over your shoulders like that except for your managing director. Certainly no one public, as long as you don't break the law. And then the minute I got into baseball, it was a total different story where every single person, whether it's a fan or whether it's a different executive, whether it's people in the media, they all assume, hey, I can do this job. Simple. I can do this job better than you do it. When it comes to selling sports media and putting packages together, selling sponsorships at the national level, at the league level, it is amazing the number of people who come out there and say, oh my God, MLB, they have no idea what they're doing. What a mistake. I wonder who would get it out there that MLB made a mistake by allowing the ESPN opt-out and embracing the opt-out. I wonder who would have an interest in that being out there. I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me for sure that someone or something or some entity or some individual with plenty of followers would want it out there that MLB is doing something wrong. It'll come to me. I can't think of it right now. The way this will end, Coca, is that Apple will cut a deal. It will cut a deal. And that deal will be starting next season. And the way MLB will announce these deals, they're deciding in their mind, do you announce everything at once, showing that you got to more than 550, or do you announce it in counterparts as you do an individual deal with a streamer? A word to the wise. You want the narrative to be that you beat out ESPN. You don't want to announce, even if it's a $200 million deal just for the wild card round, which puts you in a position to be above 550 guaranteed. Until you can announce a number greater than 550, you shouldn't make any announcement at all. Baseball should coordinate with its media partners for this package, because then the narrative is one they control. No one can write, if you just sell one part of the package below 550, everyone can write, oh, you're not going to get your 550 back. If you announce all three immediately, that's more than 550, you get to say, hey, told you so. And you'd be surprised at the number of executives, from those making $60 million a year to those making $200 grand a year, the number of executives who are petty in that way. There is nothing better than an earnings call with analysts. There's nothing better when you do an all hands meeting with your company. There's nothing better when you're going to an industry conference, when you can peacock that you've outperformed your projections, that you've outperformed what the media expected you to be. And it goes all the way down to the core level of, hey, we were supposed to win 70 games and we won 80 games. You can even peacock that, though I didn't like doing that, Coca. I was one of those guys, maybe it's why I was so miserable for 18 years. Either you win the World Series, you're a loser. 29 losers every year. Don't care if you win 100 games or lose 100 games. Don't care if you lose in the World Series or don't make the playoffs. The reality is you lose, because there's only one way that we mark winning. It's like when the company's doing very well and you look at your stock price and your stock price has underperformed the market, and you say, but wait a minute, our revenue's up and our exposure's up. And I would say, well, no, your share price is down. That's a losing year. You're underperforming the market. I thought that way about Survivor. I didn't care being voted out first. It actually saves time. You lose in the final tribal council, you're still a loser. MLB will come out of this a winner.